Alright, we're going to try to do this quickly. Hopefully it doesn't mess up this time. There we go. Alright, we got it. We're good, guys. Alright, cool. Game 1 underway. Everything's working out well. We got it better this time. Alright, sweet. So game 1 underway. Vitality versus Origin. I'm excited. Skills and Juicy Juice going off for the bat for the ball. Jazzy's going to come up and try to get this into center for Fire Kid. He gets a nice little flick over Squirt and Burton. He's going to try to do it all on his own, and he does. Fire Kid comes out of nowhere to finish it up, though. Vitality taking the early lead, 8 seconds in. Ojase getting it past 2 defenders, and Fire Kid just slamming it home as Juicy Juice backflips in his little bit of panic. That is an early lead for them, and I am excited to see what they do for the rest of the series after that. But I'm sure that Origin can come back fairly easily from it. It's nothing too devastating. And that's a weird bounce off of just a strange touch there, and we see a little bit of a miscommunication coming out from Origin. So Skills is going to boom that down. Squirt and Burton's going to send it over to the other side. A good little clear from him to put it out of the danger zone where no enemy players were. Fire Kid's going to put this one back into the corner, though, and it's still in the danger zone, but Zynga puts that off the wall, and Skills is going to send that one up to Fire Kid. Now Fire Kid going to try to make the center here and dunk it straight down, but he can't as he pinches it off Squirt and Burton. It goes into the other corner. Jazzy's going to try to do something with this and put it in the net himself, but it bounces off the post, and nobody was there to receive the rebound, so that ball just drifts out of the danger zone. But Skills is going to put this one back up to Fire Kid, who's going to try to get a doink over Squirtin', but he actually sends it back to a back pass for Jazzy. Now a little bit of a double commit coming out from Origin there, and they bumped each other, which makes this ball very dangerous, but they recover well, and Squirt and Burton gets to clear away, but Fire Kid's still putting the ball in the danger zone. Squirtin' trying to get this past 2, but he can't as Skills 50-50s it there, and Jazzy's going to go up and try to get it off the backboard for somebody to try to finish off. Skills is there, but he can't quite get the touch. Fire Kid maybe can, and he puts that one away. Top shelf. A great shot from him, a great play from Vitality, and Vitality running away with this pretty early. Any thoughts thus far? I mean, Origin seems to be a little bit, they seem to they're not able to clear the ball as well as they need to. They're just not playing the defensive game that they need to stand up to this Vitality team. Do you have any ideas on what they're doing wrong here?
Well, meanwhile, while my electric sounding mic is giving people crap, Vitality has been making really good rotations, really great passing plays, especially with the first goal that they had. They've been, as I said, making really great team plays, and have really looked really impressive.
But as you say that, Fire Kid puts a third in, showing off just how dominant this team wants to be, coming out and just tapping that one right over the goalie. I think that was Squirt and Burton who just couldn't quite get up in time, not ready for Fire Kid to put it in the perfect angle he needed to. Some great plays from just all around on Vitality. You're right, they're doing everything they need to offensively, and it looks like Origin just can't keep up and can't stop this pressure right now. And Skills is going to... Go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see how this series works out, especially with the first how 2 minutes have in this game.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, it looks like Origin is just going to get absolutely swamped here, but hopefully they can make something happen. And that touch from Zynga is pretty upsetting to see, because I don't think that should really have happened there. I think he just kind of messed up, and then Juicy Juice wasn't expecting him to miss that as well. So Skills just taps that one home. Hopefully, you know, I think at this point in this game, there's still 3 minutes left. You know, they can totally come back. So I don't think this is a game that they should count out. Yeah, they're 4 goals down, but they have the potential to come back. They're a good team overall, and I don't think they should just say, okay, let's look at the next one yet. There's still plenty of time. But Fire Kid is going to center that one for somebody, but nobody's there to receive it. So Skills is just going to try to 50-50 Zynga. It bounces off of them. Fire Kid now trying to do something with it, but Skills gets a little touch there, and Zynga's going to send this one up. He's going to go for the double touch here to try to beat Jazzy, and he does. Can he get the triple? He can't, so that means Squirt and Burton's going to try to put that one center. But Skills just is able to get that around somebody. That's an open net, an easy goal for them, and you see he elects to take the turtle goal instead. I think they just kind of overextended on their offensive rotations there, and I mean, you saw literally all 3 Vitality players ready to be up and receive that pass, but Skills didn't even need to pass it as there was nobody there to take it away from him.
Exactly, a lot of issues getting back, as we see another offensive push by Vitality again with a good counterattack.
So Fire Kid is going to put this one in the corner, and Juicy Juice is going to try to challenge him there. He sends it away back into center, but Skills is able to push that one away. Fire Kid now pushing this back up the wall, leaving it for Skills as he's going to get up and ready to receive the pass. Skills trying to put that one right on target himself. Squirt and Burton makes a good save. And this Fire Kid is going to have to half flip back and try to back pass this one to Jazzy, but he can't quite get the touch. Or I'm sorry, he could, who the other player could not. So now I think that was Fire Kid's going to try to do something with that, but that forces Skills to make a good save there, as Juicy Juice had put that one on target. Now Skills is going to try to challenge Zynga coming off the wall here. He gets it away from him pretty well. And Squirt and Burton can't quite get the touch, which is going to allow Jazzy to put that one on target and try to force a good rebound in their favor. But he can't, so Jazzy passes that one back to Fire Kid, who just can't quite get the shot on target. It was a great play from them, but nothing really going to result there. And Jazzy just puts a floater right off the backboard that Fire Kid can't connect with. And Jazzy makes not a great touch, which might allow Zynga to get the open net goal. But unfortunately, it's just barely wide. He makes a good touch, though, to leave it for Juicy Juice. And Juicy Juice puts them on the board. A minute left, a 4-goal differential. You know, we might, I think after that, hopefully we're going to see some more offense from Origin. You know, maybe now they're a little bit better settled in. They made some good defensive stops there, and we'll see for the rest of the series, but I think it might be too late for them in Game 1 now. But now we're going to have Skills trying to take this one up the wall, and I apologize again for Director Cam. I really need to work out a fix for that, but I can't quite. But it doesn't matter as Skills just slams that one home. That one's going to be kind of a long goal off of the touch off the wall here. He gets it over Zynga. Or, I'm sorry, over Squirt and Burton, and Zynga just backflips a little bit too early there to make the save. And that's going to allow that ball to just roll right in. 6-1, 5-goal differential, a minute left. I mean, that's tough to see. You know, Game 1 pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the series, and when you're just getting hit this hard with goals and shots so often, it's tough to come back, you know. And now we see Jazzy 50-50ing that with Zynga, so Skills is going to try to go up and get that ball center after the demo from Mr. Fire Kid. But nothing really results there. But because of that demo, they're going to have plenty of time to send that one back into the Origin zone. Zynga trying to wait and play with this now, not make too big of a... He wanted to get a feel for the field and see where everyone was at before he touched it, and he did a good job of that. Trying to get a pass over to Fire Kid now, but Fire Kid was just a little bit too far behind it and couldn't get the shot on target. Jazzy makes a good stop to keep that one in center, but Skills and Fire Kid double commit on that, and Zynga's going to try to put that one downfield, but he can't quite, which means Juicy Juice has to, and they've lost their open net opportunity. And now Jazzy puts that one down for Fire Kid, who's going to try to take the shot, but it goes off the back wall, so Skills puts that one on target instead, forcing some pressure. Squirt and Burn makes a good save, though. Fire Kid back over across, just trying to kill time now, I think, and let this game come to an end. We're going to see the final scoreline here, probably 6-1, but you never know. At this moment, anything could happen, but I think that ball is going to trickle down here in a second, unless they really want to get that ball in. But no, they do not. That is going to take us to the end of Game 1 in favor of Vitality. 6-1, a pretty dominant first game coming out from them. I mean, Skills and Mr. Fire Kid both getting the hat trick each. Both of them getting 4 shots, but then Skills also getting 2 saves. And I think, I mean, what's the save counter? We have 11-4. That's a pretty large differential.
You mean the shot counter?
Yes, thank you. I said saves, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, the shot difference is just absolutely insane. I mean, I think they still had Origin still had 3 saves, you know, so on 11 shots that's not bad, but you still, I mean, 6 goals is not good, and you definitely need to step up that defensive play, I think. So going into Game 2 here, we will see if they're able to kind of fix some of their mistakes, let it not have so many empty net opportunities, or at least like 2-on-1 opportunities that we saw a lot of after the overextension on offense from Origin, and Vitality getting a lot of fast break opportunities. But not only fast break opportunities, but you know, the passing plays are well. They're doing well as a team, and I think Origin just isn't quite able to hold their own at the moment with that team. But we are going to get underway to Game 2, see if anything changed. They had a little break to talk some things out, see if they can fix it, and we will see.
I got my roommate trying to ask me what channel ABC's on. Wonderful.
Underway here, Squirt and Burton is going to try to get this past Skills. He does, but he has no boost, so he can't quite get the touch in the center, and Fire Kid's going to send that one away out of the danger zone. Jazzy's going to try to take over now, but maybe a miscommunication as Fire Kid still wanted that ball. Skills is going to put this one on target if nobody saves that. Nobody does. We saw, I think, all 3 Origin players try to go up to save that ball, and just nobody could get there. I don't know if that was some rotation, or not rotation, but positional errors. We saw actually, yeah, really only 1 player in any real position to make a decent save, and it wasn't the position he needed to be in. He was facing the wrong way. And I think that was, I'm not sure who that was on Origin, but just not really in a good way to save that ball. I don't think they were expecting that shot. And now we have another one coming in from Skills here who dunks Zynga. Just 50-50s him, reads his touch really well, and just slams that one home past him. A great shot from Skills, and it seems like already there's nothing this Origin team can do to stop this offensively dominant Vitality.
Now that gives Skills 5 goals already in basically 5.5 minutes. So pretty amazing dominance that Skills is showing.
Yeah, just offensive powerhouse is the best way to put it currently in the series. Firekid not doing, Firekid doing just as well. I think he had the hat trick last game. He hasn't done anything this game, but we're also only a minute in.
Exactly.
We've seen Jazzy be a little bit quieter here for this team, which is, I think, kind of abnormal for him. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's actually the team's leading scorer, I want to say. Maybe not. That might not be true. But, you know, he's been sitting back and letting his two teammates just do everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. When they're being this dominant, that's totally an acceptable thing to do, you know? There's no need for you to push up and pull yourselves out of rotation and not have that defense covered when you're this dominant.
As long as they just keep playing their game, there's no reason for them to really change much.
Exactly, and we see Jazzy sending that one off over the side. Firekid going to tap this one back to him now. Going to take this off the wall, try to challenge Juicy Juice, but Juicy Juice gets it past him. Skills and Firekid both on the same wall on the goal there. That could have been bad for them, but they were able to get the touch away. Now Jazzy going up to challenge Squirtin Burton, but Squirtin gets it under him and is able to get that into the corner and gets it almost center there, but Firekid shuts it down early. And now Firekid and Skills both going for it. A little bit of miscommunication coming out from the team there, but nothing too disastrous. Juicy Juice is going to tap that one off the wall, but it's going to go center, and nobody from his team is there to do anything with it. So Vitality gets a good chance coming out here, and Skills may be looking for a hat trick already, but that one's going to go off the crossbar. So now Zynga looking to do something. Passes up to Squirtin Burton, but Squirtin Burton was not ready to receive it as he was mid-flip. So now Squirtin Burton just got demoed by Firekid, which allows some of the pressure to come off, and I think Jazzy might have been looking for the demo there as well, or maybe expecting the open net, in fact, for Vitality, and was just kind of letting it happen. But Skills, there he is, with the hat trick already, only half the game left. 3-0 for this team. I mean, a great pass from Firekid, but Juicy Juice, I think, definitely could have challenged earlier had he had someone behind him ready to cover the net. But we saw just nobody from Origin on back post, nobody ready to take over net for when Juicy Juice needed to challenge, which resulted in him being too slow to the ball and a goal for Vitality.
Yeah, exactly. Origin's defensive rotations have been not up to par or not at the same level that Vitality's offensive rotations are going. So, and that's showing the difference on the scoreboard.
Completely. I mean, it's just been goal after goal for Vitality. Origin cannot do much to stop them here. I don't know what to say, except it's a dominant team. It's tough to stop right now. But Jazzy's going to boom this one off the wall, and now Zynga's going to try to get a goal in there, just sneak it past two defenders, but he can't quite do it, so Skills is going to try to grab this boost, but I think Zynga stole it from him, which is going to be pretty tough to deal with, as Skills still has no boost in his defensive end, and Juicy just going to try to get the goal there, or the shot there, but he can't quite. Now, a good dunk from Zynga over two players, but that one's going to hit the crossbar, so nothing much is going to result in that. Zynga now trying to get this pass over to Squirtin Burton to get the goal, and Squirtin Burton does, putting that right over Skills and over, I think that was Firekid in the net, or Jazzy, I'm sorry. A great shot from him and a great pass from Zynga. Just that nice little chip at the perfect speed to let Squirtin Burton just slam that one home. Finally seeing some Origin offense. Maybe this is a sign that they're going to get back in this game. You know, they've kind of slowed Vitality down. They had a long offensive pressure there that resulted in a goal for them. So maybe they're finally getting back into it and have some chances here. And we see them back on offense again. But now that ball is going to clear down the side. Jazzy going to try to do something with it, but he can't quite get the touch. So Squirtin Burton is going to clear this one out over to Juicy Juice, who gets kind of 50-50 by Firekid there. Nice little touch just to keep it in the zone. But that's going to come back into the Vitality side anyways. Zynga now trying to get a center again to set up basically that same chance they had before with Squirtin Burton taking the shot again. And Jazzy gets demoed, which is definitely going to do some bad things to the defensive rotation, but it looked like Origin just wanted to come back and reset anyways. And it worked out well for him as Zynga's going to get this ball, but Zynga's also out of boost, so that's the best chance he can get right there. And he's trying to steal that from Firekid, but he can't quite. So that is going to force Origin to recoil and go back on defense, which is never a good thing when this team has scored so many goals on you. You know, but they've been doing a lot better in the last, I don't know, let's call it 2 minutes, maybe a minute 30. They finally got some solid pressure down. I think this is the first time that Vitality has had the ball back in their zone, and nothing too crazy has resulted from it, except as I say that, Skills with a great shot and an even better save from Zynga, but unfortunately just couldn't get it away from the net, and Jazzy's going to score that one, slam that one home. With 25 seconds left, that could be brutal. They need basically 3 kickoff goals now to keep themselves alive. I don't know. It's looking like we're going to be heading to match point again. We've seen now, we're going to see 3 series, I think, that just go right off the bat with one team taking the 2-0 lead. Which is pretty crazy, you know? Not a lot of back and forth going on here in these series.
No, there isn't. The only back and forth that we saw was when, in our first game where they, I can't remember who it was I was playing, but where they brought out the win in the second game, or third game, excuse me.
Exactly, but Juicy Juice gets one more touch home from a good pass from Zynga. Zynga able to just kind of get a nice little light touch there, right to Juicy Juice, who slams that one home, making it 4-2. A great goal from them, but it's not going to be enough, and that's going to give Vitality the win, 2-1. We are on sweep alert for the 3rd time tonight. We've only seen one, but this has the potential to be the 3rd. And now we are going to be going into Game 3 with Vitality already on match point. I am excited to see if Origin can hold them off here. They did a really good job of it for a brief moment in Game 2 there. They seem to be back playing their game, the game that got them to the playoffs. But we will see if they can do anything here and actually hold them off, or if they're gonna get swept. I don't know.
I'm hopeful to see the last couple goals that they got there in the Game 2 can actually lead to some momentum going here into Game 3.
I agree. I mean, they had some really great opportunities and they had some great goals, and they do get the opening goal here right off the kickoff. Squirt Burton giving them the first lead of the series. You know, a nice little touch here, reading off the back wall, and nobody was there for the Vitality team to be back on defense. So that's definitely good for them. You know, they now have scored 2 goals in a row if you count the 0-second goal from the last game. So that's going to help with their momentum and maybe, you know, put some pressure on Vitality and say, no, we're not going down that easy.
Exactly.
Well, Fire Kid is going to chip this one over somebody, and now again over Juicy Juice, which is going to go center, but Jazzy's not able to take the shot, so he elects to pass it right back to Fire Kid. And Zynga unfortunately passes that one right to Skills, but Skills wasn't ready to take the shot as he was turned a little bit, not ready for the opponent to pass to him. So now Fire Kid's trying to challenge this, and he ends up, I think, maybe faking out Zynga a little bit with his weird little play there. But Skills has a chance to get this one home as he just fakes and waits for both Origin players to just drive straight past the ball there. I don't know what exactly Origin was doing on D, but I think maybe Zynga accidentally hit Squirt in there. I'm not sure. But that just did not go well for them, and Skills just had all the time in the world to wait and just tap that one home when it popped in front of the net. But now we see this other kickoff going in. We're still only a minute into the game, and a tied game. Never mind. Still again in that first minute with Fire Kid getting the goal right off the kickoff, giving themselves the lead right back. I think they do not want to give Origin any room to breathe here. Want to get up as soon as possible. Because, I mean, I think all of Origin's goals, except for this first one, have been scored in the last 2 minutes. So I think if you're Vitality at this point, you want to score as many as possible, as quickly as possible, to try to give yourselves an early lead and just, you know, coast from there almost, you know?
Exactly, because if they're able to build up a big lead here in the first couple of minutes of this game, it would be very demoralizing and ending a comeback chance for Origin.
And that could be a good chance for Origin as Fire Kid just misses that, and now Squirt Burton is challenging Skills. But Skills is going to get the clear anyways. That's going to allow Fire Kid to come up and try to challenge it, but he gets bumped, taking him out of the play. Juicy Juice looking for maybe another bump there, but Skills just ends up missing, a pretty uncharacteristic miss from him. So now that is going to be a good shot for Zynga. We had 2 players go up from there, a little bit of miscommunication from Origin. Jazzy going to try to do something with it, but he can't quite get it. That ball is going to be quite the boomer going back off the other side. and nobody was able to really read that particularly well, so it's just going to slow down and go back to Zynga, who centers that ball for himself, trying to get the shot on target, but can't quite do it. So now Juicy Juice is going to try to get this back over for Zynga, but Skills makes a nice little touch to take it out. That ball was actually heading in, so Skills got the nice little save there. And Skills unfortunately puts that off his own backboard, but then somehow gets the 50-50 as well. We're seeing some interesting bounces come out, but that's an open net. Unfortunately, Zynga couldn't quite get their Skills. Again, coming out of nowhere and just getting the 50-50. Skills is all over this defense right now and just not letting anything through. Keeping his team alive here with the 2-1 lead. But now Juicy Juice trying to do something. It is a 2-on-1, but a miscommunication there is a little rough from them. It looks like they weren't sure who was going to go and take that ball, and that gave the defender enough time to just come in and send that one away pretty easily. Zynga going to slam this one down against the back wall, and it looked like somebody missed that. I think that was Jazzy again. So now Fire Kid and Skills are both going to go for this, and kind of a weird pinch is going to go straight to Juicy Juice, but it rolls the wrong way for him. He couldn't quite catch it, so that gives Vitality plenty of time to come back into defense. We're seeing a lot of double commits, it looks like, from Vitality in these last couple seconds, but that ball's going to bounce off the back post if nobody can do anything about it, and Jazzy's going to put that shot on target after the missed touch from the Origin defender, giving them the 3-1 lead. 2 minutes left. Do you think Origin can do it?
With how they've been doing the last 2 minutes of each game, it's possible that they could bring it back. Their rotations have to be on point here, and they have to get a couple lucky bounces to go their way. So it's possible, but I see it's going to be difficult.
I completely agree. Possible, but not likely is the best word I would use. But Juicy Juice may be making me eat my words there, as he gets another goal, making it back to the 1-goal differential here after Jazzy just can't quite get the good enough touch to send it away, and Skills was right under the ball, trying desperately to get up to send it away. Juicy Juice just dunks that one right under him. And now we are going to see quite the fight here for Vitality trying to get the sweep and Origin trying to stay alive in the series. Zynga's going to dump that one back, but Jazzy gets a good touch, but we saw a really great chance from, I wasn't quite sure who that was, getting kind of like the dunk there, and then Zynga just dumping it along the sidewall, basically just pinching it along the wall and forcing that one in right on the post after a fantastic demo and snagging the boost there. Finally tying this game up, back to a tie game after the Origin had briefly had the lead at the start of the match. 1:40 seconds left. Origin finally getting a little bit more aggressive and offensive here, which is, you know, fantastic to see, as they needed to stay alive here. And it's kind of pushed back the Vitality team as well. You know, they have not had many offensive opportunities, and now they have they've had 2 goals scored against them fairly quickly in order to tie this game back up. And we see Jazzy with the miss flip there, which kind of messed him up a little bit, but he's still able to get a nice 50-50 off of Zynga. And Juicy Juice wanted to go back and get boost, but he realized he didn't really have time as Jazzy was coming in with the ball there. And now Fire Kid just kind of waiting back, trying to shadow Zynga and see what he does with that ball, but he can't quite get a good touch on it, which allows Juicy Juice to get a shot. And Jazzy bumps Skills into the save there. Skills getting his savior medal of the game. Fire Kid is going to push this one over to the other side, and with a minute left, we are still at a tie game here. 2-0 for Vitality in the series, but that shot might be on. No, it hits the post. Skills gets a little touch there. That was definitely a goal that Origin needed, and unfortunately it just couldn't sneak in there. Fire Kid going to bounce that one off the wall now. Juicy Juice has to make a touch here. Jazzy might instead, and he does, but he gets challenged by Squirt and Burton, which allows the ball to go wide. It's a very dangerous time for Origin. 30 seconds left. A very close game here. Vitality looking for the sweep. Origin just looking to stay alive here. Skills trying desperately to get it past Squirt and Burton, but he can't. So now Fire Kid's going to try to go up, but he's low boost and not in a great position to get the touch, so he's just going to have to float down. Zynga trying to boom this one up and set himself, or maybe Squirt and Burton up for something, but Fire Kid sends that one downfield, but Juicy Juice is going to be there to boom it back. And I believe he has a player up there. He has Zynga going for the shot, but he can't quite. Skills trying to get that one away. Squirt and Burton and Juicy Juice trying to keep it alive, but it's going to touch, and that's going to send us to overtime in this match point game for Vitality. It all comes down to this, whether or not Origin stays alive, and that's dangerous, but Juicy Juice barely gets the save. Fire Kid trying to put it off the back wall and get something going here. Puts it off the back wall again. Skills can't quite get it. Now we have Zynga coming in. We see a 1-on-3, it looks like, almost. So Jazzy's able to challenge that pretty early and just shut it down. Skills now trying to read Zynga here and get the dunk on him, but he can't quite, so Fire Kid's going to try to do the same thing, but he can't either, and that leaves a dangerous situation, but unfortunately Squirt and Burton couldn't put it on target as it was challenged too early and too quickly. So now Fire Kid trying to do something with it, but Skills comes in and sends it away instead. Jazzy dumps that up. Can Skills come in and get the shot? He can't after the pinch coming out from Origin. And now Jazzy's going to try to do something with this, but Fire Kid is trying to get a demo, I believe. Jazzy putting it off the back wall again. That one's just going to rotate out, so Zynga gets a little touch back into that same corner. Jazzy getting the demo to clear up the goal a little bit, maybe set something up. And Fire Kid gets the good 50-50, and that might drop in. No, it doesn't. It bounces off the back wall, and Skills can't quite get the goal. Squirt and Burton trying to do it, but Jazzy puts that back over. Nobody there to take the shot, though, and a nice fake from Juicy Juice, but unfortunately he kind of takes it from Zynga. A little bit of miscommunication. They're not sure who's going for that ball. And now Juicy Juice just kind of messed himself up there, got on the wall, and didn't mean to. And now a good pinch from them, but Zynga shuts that one down pretty early, challenged it barely, using almost all the boost he had. Now just kind of sitting at low boost. If there's a counterattack here, he is not going to be able to get back quickly. But he's able to grab some right as Skills sends it downfield, so Juicy Juice booms that one back up. Jazzy then sends that one back up. He's going to try to get the extra touch here to put it into center. Can he do it? Yes, he does, but he puts it too far, so Fire Kid has to go up just to try to keep that offensive chance alive. And he does, and Skills has an open net. He shoots it downfield, but it's a little bit too wide, and Fire Kid can't quite get it. That needed to be the goal Vitality, or that was the goal Vitality wanted in order to end the series, but it didn't come out. A save from Squirt and Burton there, but it's still dangerous. Juicy Juice trying to get it away. Skills centers that, but Squirt and Burton taps it right back down. Fire Kid is putting that back in. We're seeing a lot of Vitality pressure here. Origin is just kind of barely hanging on in this overtime at the moment. Juicy Juice gets a nice little bump there, but Skills is already there to keep the pressure alive. And Fire Kid gets a good demo, but Zynga finally clears that ball out, gives him some time to breathe real quick. Give him a second, but not long as Fire Kid bumps that right back in. Literally all they got was a second. And Juicy Juice unfortunately gets 50-50 and then dunked right there. So now Skills has a good chance. He takes that off Zynga, but that one's going to go to the wall. And Fire Kid gets demoed as well. We're seeing a lot of demos coming out in this overtime. And Jazzy needs to do something here. Origin might come back, but unfortunately he can't quite get the touch. So Fire Kid gets a little backflip flick, trying to set that up for somebody to get a better shot, but nobody was there. Zynga now trying to clear this one off the back wall. Jazzy misses a little bit, but Skills luckily was reading that and was right there ready to pick it up if he needed to. Fire Kid's going to send that one back down, but Squirt and Burton's going to do it. Unfortunately, Skills can't make the best clear. He just kind of gets a lob shot there, and is going to dump that one back down. Zynga can't do anything too spectacular with it in terms of a clear, so now Juicy Juice is going to send that down. Skills trying to turn around and get that ball into center. That's going to bounce off the sidewall, but Zynga challenges it instead and sends it away. Zynga now trying to get this one away. Jazzy booms it up, though, bouncing off the Squirt and Burton onto the wall. That's a good chance for Skills, but Skills just puts it a little bit too wide. We're seeing some uncharacteristic misses. He gets the ball, but he misses the net pretty frequently, it looks like, in this overtime. So I think that is definitely affecting the Vitality team. And then we saw even Jazzy just getting a whiff there, which was definitely not something we expected from him. Squirt and Burton trying to come back now as Jazzy sends that one along to the other side, but Juicy Juice is going to be able to receive it. Fire Kid taps it off him, though, but Zynga's there to get a shot, but he misses, and Fire Kid was not expecting that, so he ends up whiffing, trying to challenge as well. Challenging the shot that never came, of course. Zynga trying to do something with it, too. Puts it off the sidewall, but Jazzy and Skills are both up. Again, a little bit of miscommunication, and Jazzy snags that boost right there. Skills is going to boom that one off the wall, and I think he was going to leave it for Jazzy, but Jazzy couldn't quite get the touch, so he elects to take it himself instead. Now Fire Kid kind of waiting for this, going to try to set up a dribble. Flicks over one. I think there's probably more to challenge, though, except they waited a considerable amount of time, and that ball's just kind of sitting in center. Skills going to try to do something. Squirt and Burton trying on the wall here. We're seeing a really long overtime here, and I feel like I've been talking for a long time and have not let you get a word in. So do you have any thoughts here?
Origin is showing a lot of...
Oh, no!
No!
What a whiff from two Vitality players. Zynga just tapping that one off the wall, the long overtime, finally getting to them, and Jazzy just misses, and Skills was not ready for that at all. And that's going to take us to the end of the game. Origin getting the win, staying alive there, no sweep. That was surprising, to say the least.
That was very surprising. That was a very intense overtime. A lot of close moments for either team. So I think that Game 4 now is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, their Origin's finally back in this. You know, they have a game now. They still don't have space to breathe, as it is still match point for Vitality. But at least they didn't get swept, and they can come into this next game with a little bit more momentum on their side. You know, that was a long overtime, though, so you have to consider the fact that all of these players were maybe a little bit just kind of worn out in that one and just wanted that game to be over. So I have to attribute those whiffs to that, not really much anything else. So hopefully we'll see them all recoil and get a little bit better of a game here well, I shouldn't say better of a game. That was a fantastic game the whole way. But maybe making a little bit different moves than they did in that overtime here in this game 4. And now Squirt and Burton's going to challenge that one off of Fire Kid. Jesse's going to try to do something with it, but Zynga can't quite, or gets it right over him, I'm sorry. Now Squirt and Burton trying to do it over Skills, but Fire Kid sends that one up to Skills, who taps that back to Fire Kid. Fire Kid going to try to go for the dribble here. He goes for the backflip flick. That seems to be a favorite of his thus far. Jazzy taps it in anyways, but what I was going to say is the dribble to the backflip flick to set up a pass to a teammate seems to be a favorite of Fire Kid's, and you're seeing it a lot, where Fire Kid will go down with the dribble, have a teammate behind him, and he just wants to chip it up to allow that teammate to just slam dunk it home.
Exactly, and it's proved to be very useful in this series.
It has, but I think he just kind of messed it up there, but it went in anyways. Jazzy was able to slam that home, so it wasn't a big deal. I think that might have been Jazzy's first goal of the series, and now we see him getting a second one. Are those his first two? Actually, I can't remember. I feel like he scored one before, but maybe not.
I think he got one in game 1.
Perhaps. But now it doesn't quite matter anyways. So now we see Vitality coming out here with the early 2-goal lead, 30 seconds in. But I mean, that's kind of been constant, right? Each game, it seems like Vitality turns up the pressure really early, then kind of slows it down later, and Origin has a chance to come back and finally get their pressure up. I mean, in game 1, that's exactly what happened. Game 2, they let in the 2 goals late, and then game 3, they let them come back and tie up the game and then win in that overtime. So there's...
Well, game 3 also, Origin came out and actually did score the first goal in that game.
That's true. But then it was...
two quick goals. 2 quick goals in that game, and it stayed 1-1 for about probably another minute before it got back up to anything higher.
You raise a good point, but I just think that Vitality is consistently strong in the early game and then kind of sputter out, whereas Origin has kind of been picking up and dominating the late game here. So I think having the 2-0 lead for Vitality isn't anything too concerning for Origin as a team. You know, I fully expect them to be able to make something happen here, and we're getting into what I would like to call their time, which is, you know, post 2-minute 30-second mark. So in a second here, maybe they're going to start something up, and we see them finally kind of getting it out of their end and starting to set some plays up rather than Vitality dominating the offense like they did for that first minute 30 of the game. And Fire Kid trying to do something here, but Jazzy's going to pass this up to Skills. Skills is going to try to get this ball center and pitch it off the wall, but unfortunately gets just a light touch that doesn't happen. But after that 50-50, it is going to roll center, but Fire Kid elects to come back as he saw that Squirt and Burton was going to get the touch there. Unfortunately, just misses a little bit, so now Skills is going to dump that one over. And Skills is going to try to tap that one in, but he can't, or tap that one out, but he can't quite do it. Zynga and Skills now 50-50. That ball might be going off the back wall into a dangerous spot as Skills gets the shot and he puts it in. A really tight angle that we did not get a great camera angle on, and I'm excited to see the replay because that was a tough shot. So he had to put it right to the left of Squirt and Burton, but to the right of the post. Literally just had one ball length to get that ball in the net, and he does anyways. A great shot from him.
Yeah, with our initial camera angle, it was really hard to see, but with that replay, that was a really great angle that he was able to take to get that ball and sneak it in there.
And now Jazzy putting that one off the backboard, but Juicy Juice gets a nice little touch, and that leaves an open net, but that might be rolling wide. It does. I think that's maybe the second or the third open net that we've seen Origin miss, and that's just been brutal to this team. I mean, they've had lots of opportunities where they've gotten on the counterattack and gotten the open net opportunity, but then just tap it, I think, maybe every time now, barely too far to the left. Maybe if they just move the goal over a little bit, you know, Origin would be fine. But now
Make it to the transparent goalpost. There we go.
Zynga finally putting that open net long goal in. Coming back here. We are in, like I said, the Origin usual dominant second half of the game. So maybe they'll be able to come back here, and that goal certainly helps as it brings it to only a 2-goal lead for Vitality. Let's see if they can hold on, if Vitality can hold on for the rest of the game, or if Origin is going to do the typical second half dominant and run away with this. But as this ball is kind of sitting there, Zynga's unsure of how to play that as he's waiting for the other touch. Skills puts a shot on target, but Squirt and Burton makes a save, but unfortunately makes it right into the center, right into the hands of Fire Kid, who's going to just dump that one back into the back of the net. Not a great save from him. He had teammates on both the left and the right to pass it to and try to set up the clear, but he ended up just putting that one right into the center, and Fire Kid got the easy goal because of it. But after that kickoff, Zynga's going to try to do something special with it. He puts it right over a player and barely in the top right corner, right by the crossbar. A great shot from him, waiting for Fire Kid to attack, and Skills puts it over both of them and barely on target. 4-2 now, a minute 44 seconds left. The scoreline still fairly close. I fully expect Origin to be able to come back here.
As do I.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why. Anyways, Skills is going to try to get this touch now, and he's going to try to get another one, but he can't quite as his car was positioned a little bit awkwardly. Fire Kid going for another second touch as well, but he can't quite do it, so he was going to try to bump Juicy Juice there, but he didn't really get it as well as he could. Skills is going to boom this one up, but somebody elects not to take it and leave it for Zynga instead. And that demo is going to be pretty helpful to Origin, as Fire Kid's not going to be able to get the shot here, which means Juicy Juice can turn around and then clear that ball. But Fire Kid's up the wall and is going to put that right back into the Origin zone. And unfortunately, he clears that right over his own crossbar, and Jazzy's going to try to get the shot, but he can't quite get it on target. But that's still dangerous as Fire Kid puts it off the backboard. But where is Skills? I cannot find him. It looked like he was completely out of that play, maybe just misread some things a little bit. And Jazzy just misses on the save there. And that's going to bring us to a 4-3 game. 1-goal deficit for Origin. 51 seconds left. Like I said, second half offensive dominant Origin.
We've seen this story a few times already.
Yeah, in the first half we saw Vitality go up 3-0, and now in the second half, Origin taking it 3-1, bringing it to a 1-goal game again. So now we have a good chance coming out from Origin here. Zynga trying to do something, but Skills just beats him to the ball and sends it away. Vitality just has to hold on for another 35 seconds in order to move on to the semifinals here. And I'm sure that they're just hoping they can do it, or maybe even get one more to really solidify it. And Origin, I'm sure, is just trying desperately to get this final goal and bring it to game point for both of them. But Fire Kid's going to put that one off the wall. Juicy Juice isn't able to play that as well as he wants, and then he doesn't have flip either, but Zynga is able to get that one away. Zynga puts that one over Jazzy, I'm sorry. And that's a good opportunity, but Squirt and Burton challenges Fire Kid. And with the time ticking down, this is a good opportunity. Can he get the ball in the net? He can't quite touch it. That could be game for them. But Skills centers this right over his own nets. Jazzy trying to get one more touch. All Vitality has to do now is just get the ball to touch the ground, and it does. Vitality is moving on. What a close ending, and what an insane ending to a great series from both teams.
I agree. Origin showed a lot of effort there in the last 2 minutes of each game, and especially in the overtime. Both teams going out to 4.5-minute overtime, so almost a 10-minute game total. But a great series between both teams. Again, congrats to Vitality. Moving on.
Yeah, I mean, a big congratulations to everyone who moved on tonight. All our winners are moving on to the semifinals.